All right, hello, welcome. This is Lucy the Bold, and we are in Enshrouded. Okay, let me get my guest invites sent out. Of course, anybody is welcome. These are just people that have signed up. So tonight's episode is going to relate to the next update. All right, so Twitch chat is on, Discord chat is on as well. All right. So there is, let me get into the game. Right off of my main base, there is a fish hatchery in the Nomad Highlands area. And I've been eyeballing it and thinking about it, for a while. And then with this update coming up, I decided why not? This would be perfect, So this is where it's at. Okay. I renamed it Pebbleton Fish Farms. This is my sky high overview and Mayor Pebbleton. So we're at the inner sanctum, pillars of creation. Okay, just so you know where we're at. So let's go up to sky high overview, and then we'll go down to Mayor Pebbleton and then to the fish place because it'll make more sense. Alright, so this is my private little domain when I want to get away from it all. I just come up here, have a little garden going. This was my first try ever at making a hobbit home. It turned out fairly well. Now, this is floating in the air, okay? So, that's how high up off the ground we are, and I almost fell off, which would be bad. This is multi-layered, gets thicker towards the center, so I literally could drill down almost an entire flame shrine's depth. That's how much soil and stuff I brought with me when I built this place. And here's the back side of the home. And then the roof of the home. And you can see out there. Alright, so inside of my little house. Okay, and when I come up here, I bring Emily and everybody that I need with me, so that way I have stuff. But yeah, this is the inside of my little hobbit home. Nice and rustic looking. It's one of the ways I like it. Okay. My bathroom. And then this is my room when I'm up here. And then of course for explorations, I have these everywhere. These Volca blessings. And then, if I have a friend on my site and we have it set, to day-night like it's supposed to be, we can rest until it's daytime. Okay, let's just go off the side over here, and then we'll just fly down. So this is my place right here down below. I need to take that thing out of there at some point. All right. So this is Mayor Pebbleton. All right. This is kind of a palace, and it sits, right here on the ground. Occupies all this, and then part of this area to about right through here. Okay, so we have our tribute to the Queen, and here is my mansion. Alright, and I have all the creature comforts of home. I even have the survivors and the assistants. They're all here on this platform. And then this is my fall festival time set up, and when the new stuff comes out, I'll put in more of these booths for things to be sold. So like here, we have our fruits, and then we have some drinks and snackies while you're shopping here. There's even a pie in the oven, and then food's behind. Then we have a basket weaver set up here. We have a wizard selling old books. Maybe he's a sorcerer, I don't know, but he's selling books and stuff. And then for all of our beloved pets and animals, we have them, the dishes and stuff, and then bags of foods. And then over here we have pictures everywhere. And then one of my palace guards is busy selling security chests. Nothing's in the chest. They just are. And then I have an alchemist over here who's made all kinds of magical potions. And then right here, this person is selling globes and knickknacks and perfumes and inks and all kinds of neat stuff that you could ever want. And this poor person was so busy, they actually forgot to put clothes on, so I put a box on them. Yeah, they're wearing a box for a dress or outfit, either way. And then we have one of our summit people, out here with some snowballs and selling some snowball lamps. I'm not sure how he's keeping them cold. Over here we have a farmer who's got plants of all kinds. Not all of the plants are here, but just sampling. And it's raining now. And then right here we have our protein vendor. He has meats and all kinds of cool stuff. And then here we have our armorer with all kinds of weapons and stuff for sale. And then we have our archer, our bowmaster here with some awesome bows. And before you buy one, you can try them out. Same thing with the swords. We got some dummies over here that are ready to be hit. And then here we have a wizard who's got wands and staves everywhere. Okay, so we have that, and then here we have the interior retaining wall, which was the original, and then Oh my goodness, I don't remember how long ago I literally built this exterior wall. And after having numerous amounts of people falling off the side, and landing up sometimes even all the way down at the very bottom. I don't know how they got all the way down there. I raised the walls. This is going to be my pond. Actually, it's going to be a lake. Yep, so this is going to be a lake here. Okay. So let's go back up this way a little bit. Go back up here on the wall. So originally I wanted to, and if we get more flame shrines, I'm going to put another one in about halfway down. That way all three of my flame shrines connect, because I'll end up building another crane. So this one's actually bringing up all the produce and goods and stuff, because there's no way to get out of here. Once you get up here, you're just here. And if I can put in another one, flame shrine halfway in between, make them connect, then I will build some type of road system to get up here. So, yep, we have produce coming in. We have a shipping department here. People operating the crane. And then over here, we have the barber. I still have to finish his fence around his place, But I thought a white picket fence would look kind of cool for him. They can actually walk through the fence. I've seen it happen. I don't know how it does, but it does. But this is the barber shop. Okay, and then I'm still working on the beautician side of it. I've got mannequin heads. There's 4 mannequin heads, and I've got them. I just need to get them and put them out, and I need to put in some more mirrors, and then put in the chairs that the people would sit on to get their hair cut. And then back here is his private home. Okay, and then his bathroom. And then, as you can see, I use the screens, the partition screens, as windows in the bathroom, give him a little privacy. And then we produce a lot of food up here. So this is our garden, and we have all of these really awesome gnomes that do all of our gardening for us and stuff. There used to be a tree here, and one of the gnomes got stuck inside of the tree, so we had to remove the tree to free the gnome. Okay. Of course, life, death, so we have Hugo there is my undertaker. This is his home. And then down here, we have the newlywed couple. He's outside walking around. He likes to patrol a lot. This is their home. And in their bathroom.
Hey.
Hi. And then over here, I put this in because they can't come through it. They don't have the AI intelligence to lift that door up. Plus, I just like the way it sounds when it comes crashing down. Alright, so this is over the top of the gorge. And then I put in all of these trees. And I do need to thin out the trees because you can't really see what the heck you're doing. So It's very canopied. Alright, let's go back over here. Yep. See, Oscar was trying to make a getaway. Alright, so this house here. Wow, that was deep. This is one of my survivors' homes. And actually this house is for the Bard when she's here, because I figure she does the paintings, you know, and stuff, in the pottery. And then here is a mage's home. She got all the nice little comforts and stuff. She's standing outside. She's like, "What are you doing in my house?" And then over here we have the farmer. Okay, and he's probably inside. He always has company, you know. But I really like the way that his kitchen turned out. And of course I have corn being roasted in the oven. And then he's got a bedroom here, bathroom, all the good stuff.
Hello.
And then here, okay, this is the hunter's home. And this way I can put everything out here that I need. So, let's go up this way.
Hi.
This is the carpenter's house. And she's having a meal that we just interrupted. Then over this way, we have the bank, because you have to have a bank. And I have people that work at the bank, and then I have half of everything that I use in the game for this character is here. And then there's living quarters upstairs for the banker. Couple bedrooms. And then all of my survivors and assistances are free to roam. They're like totally maxed out on how far they can go. Alright, we have a gazebo here. You know, for just sitting around eating with your friends, or you know, maybe you've been over at the festival and you know, now you're hungry, you can come over this way. This is the blacksmith's home. And then of course she has her workstations right here. And then I have Gabriella. She keeps everybody in line and actually has a room here. So there's 3 of my survivors that live in this house. But yeah. This is the main kitchen that does a good majority of the cooking for everybody that lives here. Alright. And this is a place for the gnomes. They've got a nice bathroom, and this is the armory for here. And then if we go down here, we have a small place for, you know, fixing things that might bust, or, you know, the gnomes hang out down here and the guards do. And then come out this way. Now, if I have my hammer on, or my pick, you can see this is the line right here for my place. Alright. Then we go upstairs here. No railing, it's not OSHA approved. This is my suite. And I forget, at one point I counted all of the windows in this place. I want to say there was over 100. This is my personal vault. And then my bathroom. My comfort level is level 105. That's currently the highest you can have. If you play a musical instrument, it will go up momentarily.
Hey!
So, then here's all the guest quarters. This goes upstairs, which I've not done anything with the attic area yet. I've got some ideas for it, you know, but right now it's just empty. Basically, this city, if I ever decided to get rid of my main home, Pebbleton Manor, would house everybody. All of my NPCs can live here in this village. Alright, let's go downstairs. So that's this place. Now let's go over here. And him walking around, he's actually on the platform. Okay. He's not over the side. Alrighty, so what I did is I put my flame shrine in, found out that it was a little small, so I upgraded it twice to get the roomage that I wanted. Okay. Because I will expand somewhat. There was a skeleton that sat here in the chair. I took him and dismantled him. Because once you have the flame shrine down, you know, you can dismantle stuff, because there's stuff floating in these areas. Okay. And then the broken crates and barrels, I removed them. This is some samples that I'm looking at. Okay, for the build. And then over here there was 3 exploding barrels on top of this landing. I took those and dismantled them. can only dismantle them after you put a flame straight down. Unlike the traps, traps you can dismantle in game without putting a flame straight down. And then I never really paid attention to it, but there's actually a tent out here. You can see where my line stops at. So what I might do is I'll leave the tent, but I might spruce it up out here a little bit. And then I'm going to use the same type of roofing material and the same stuff for the walls to rebuild. It's got a huge fireplace in it, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to put a wood floor down. And I'll probably remove a little bit of the excess flooring, from where the roofing fell in. Alright, so if you haven't been out here, okay, what is that? I don't remember seeing that up there. Is that in the tree? I'll have to look. If you come up here, climb this, right here in this corner will be one of the cosmetics. Why is that up there in the air where that tree is at? It's really bizarre. I don't have a clue what that was for. If anybody knows what that structure is supposed to be, let me know. Alright, so let's grab some blocks. So this is the limestone block, and then we have the mixed sandstone. That's the two primary building blocks for out here. And then we have the tarred straw for the roofing over there. First thing I want to do is I want to see how much of this muck I can get out of here. I don't know how far down it goes. Alright, so let's see what... Well, let me... because I don't know if these sides... all interconnect. Because I don't want the muck, coming back over. Alright, so let's try. So I will need to put down some type of flooring. Yeah, I felt like this should be a little deeper, you know. I have the daytime set to, or nighttime set to 2 minutes. Okay, let's see here. Alright, let's go back into here. And then I will check my chat window here in just a second. Okay. All right. So it doesn't look like the ground is going to come back up, so that's a good thing. All right, let me check my chat log. Take X off. Okay. Get that repaired. Into the muck we go. You know, and I think what I'll do is I will bring this wall down. Like that. And we'll turn this. I've never tried removing the muck before, so this should be interesting to see how easily it can or can't be done. Okie dokie. That looks good. Can I get in here? I think there's a... Oh, there's an opening right here. Cool. So when the water and the fish and all that stuff comes in, then my idea is I'm going to raise fish. Not sure how deep I want to make this. I mean, this seems like this would be pretty decent depth for this. If you hear me sniffling, it's because I'm eating my dinner and I'm having curry, which is quite delicious. Oh, it looks like I need to turn this. Yeah. Alright, and I'm guessing this is supposed to be like floodgates or something. Flood control gates. Uh, actually, I think I'm gonna do it like that. Alright, one side down. Alright, let me check my chat. Okay. Oops. Let's get this turned. Alright. That's part of that platform there, so I guess that'll stay there like that. But let me there. There we go. Okay. Now I wonder if there's a reason why this one doesn't have the same flow. You know, like the floodgate type of setup. But if we get those, I will definitely put one in. Alright, let's go out to here. So why did I not do this? I figure this is going to take the longest time. Alright. Let's see here. Now I'm going to surgically remove this. Oh, I kind of thought that would fix this. There we go. It'll look like a brand new place. Oh, loading ramp. Okay. Let's get rid of this tree. Cool. Get rid of all this scrub brush. That way we can see what we're working with here. Oh, cool. There's a grave here. Now, does that mean that there's a treasure? Yep, sure is. There's a gold treasure chest. Oh, hey, that's not bad. Level 20. Now, unfortunately, it'll never repair itself. Let's see here. Let me see if I can dismantle the sword and the helmet. What do I get if I dismantle the chest? Scrap metal. Okay. Alright, let's do some soil. There we go. I will most likely end up taking out this tall grass around here and putting in some springlands grass just because I like it better. But feel free to tell me your thoughts on that. Also, too, if you have any ideas on what the heck that thing is in that tree over there, love to know that too. I'd end up putting different shrubbery around, but this way I can check and make sure all the blocks look good. Cause like I said, I really want it to look like it's a brand new place. Now this I'm going to dismantle, because we'll put doors there. Alright, and then we'll take this out, like that, and then looks about right. Now I think I actually want to have like that. Okay, that looks good. Gonna remove that. Now, flooring wise, what did I want for my flooring? I love the workbench, but it's actually broken. This is probably a support pillar for the roof. Be my guess. Alright, let's switch blocks. Alright, since I don't know what the intent was for the building, at this point I will make this part look like whatever I think it may have looked like. Let's see, is that one step? Yeah. Okay, now I need to fix this. It doesn't really have to be there like that. And I'm just going to say that this is probably the same height as the floor. I mean, it should be anyways. Well, I'm kind of surprised I haven't had anybody chat with me yet. Normally by now I have at least one person. Okay, so this needs... Sounds funny when it's raining. Because I'm assuming this is like living quarters. Kind of feel like it has a bathroom motif look to it. So maybe that's what this is going to be, is the bathroom. Okay, and then this should be stair steps. My world. I can build it the way I want. It's the nice thing about this game. You know, you can build it the way you want it. This is probably some type of wall system. Get this built up the way I want it, and then I'll go back in and I'll trim it out. This is part of the chimney. Oh, it is the chimney. All right. So I'll have to stick a fireplace in here. Okay, well, let's fix the base of this thing. All right. It's kind of a cool chimney. Yes, and I'm definitely keeping that thing. Two. Okay. How did that go up? Alright, so that. And then we have blocks going up there, but do they go? Okay, they do go up on this side too. Alright, let me see here. Hold on one moment. Almost. Have somebody chatting, texting me. Alrighty, let's go outside for a second. Hi, you can see my floating palace up there. Alright, let's cut this out and get it going the way it's supposed to look. Okay, so we got that one, we got that one. What we got behind the bush? Okay, and then we have this type of wall. And I'm thinking there probably was a window here at some point. I mean, I could be completely wrong, but I'm thinking there was a window. Okay, so need to go to this block. Oh, like that. All right, maybe this. All right, and now we'll make. You know what? Let's make a nice tall window. Yeah, nice pretty view. Like that. And I'm feeling like it needs to have a window here for the stairs. Okay, so that needs to be. I gotta give a puppy treat here. I got somebody whining at me. Chew it. All right. So I need another one then going up on this side. Like that. Perfect. Okay. Alright. Let's take... take that out. Alright, I think it's time for a quick break. I will be back in about 3 to 5 minutes. Hope you're enjoying. If you have to leave, please hit like, please hit subscribe. And I will see you next time. But I'll be back in about 3 to 5 minutes. Alright, sorry about that. I am back. Alright, let's get back into this. This floor is going to be something else to try to get straightened up. And I'm really not sure about this layout here on the ceiling. I mean, as far as I can tell, it doesn't need to be there. As long as you leave a little bit of it sticking out, you can remove stuff that was put in place. Okay, so part of that is a different roof. Why? I'm going to need to build a platform that I can walk on. Alright, that looks a little better. Okay. Alright, that looks pretty good. Okay, so looks like they used that as a decorative trim coming around. Okay. So if that's the case, then I want to stop this one right there. And actually, Actually, I'm rethinking this. Because I need... Because I'm going to need a wall. So if I go to this block, okay, then take that out. See here, 4. I'm being creative at this point. Alright, and then we'll go back to this block. Oops. Ah. Okay. Then we'll take and do since this is the fireplace wall. And then I think to keep things looking similar, I'll do that, and then I'll put a single column like that. Okay, now I'm gonna switch back to this one. rotate it. Like so. Alright. Maybe we'll put a wood roof on that. Let's go back to this and then go to this one. I'm going to leave that hook point up there for now. Alright, and then go back to this one, go to that one. Something like that. Oh. Okay, and then let's do the same. Like that. There, I think that looks good. Yeah, and then I just need to figure out what I'm going to do with this wall. Because I feel like this needs to be enclosed, maybe. And I think I'm going to take that out. I kind of wish we could make it, you know, because I think it would look nice. Let's do this. Let's dismantle that for now. Okay, so I need to have it at least this high up. Alright, then it needs to have a face on it. I still have a little bit to fix up there, but other than that, it doesn't look bad. Alright, and let's go to this one. Yeah, I know. when I'm done recording, I'll eat my food. Alright, let's take out some of this rubble. I'm going to check my chat window here again. Alrighty. Okay, I think this is going to do it for tonight. I'll be working on this for a while, and then I'll continue to do episodes. That way you guys can see the progress. Or if I do something interesting, then I'll do that as well. So this has been Lucy the Bold. I appreciate everybody who follows me, all my subscribers. I appreciate all of the likes. And I will be back on Wednesday evening to do Tainted Grail, the Fall Avalon. And then Friday afternoon, 1:30 until whenever for Enshrouded. So everybody have a great day. Thank you for watching. And take care.